Discuss the peasant movement of India with special reference to Kmss of Assam. Introduction. In this struggle, the peasant emerged as the main force fighting directly for their own lands. The movement in the period between 1858 and 1940 intended to remain localized, disjointed, and confined to particular grievances, contrary to the movements after 1940. In course of the movement, peasant atrocities, the peasant suffered from high rent, illegal levies, arbitrary evictions, and unpaid labor in zamindari areas. The government levied heavy land revenue, massive losses for Indian industries. The movement arose when British economic policies resulted in the ruin of traditional handicrafts and other small industries, leading to change of ownership and overburdening of agrarian land and massive debt and impoverishment of peasantry. Unfavorable policies. The economic policies of British government used to protect the landlords and moneylenders and exploited the peasantry. The peasant rose in revolt against this injustice on many occasions. Rise of peasant organization. Between 1920 and 1914, peasant organization arose. The first organization to be founded was the Bihar Provincial Kisan Sabha 1929 and 1936, the All India Kisan Sabha AIKS in 1936. At the Lucknow session of the Congress, All India Kisan Sabha was formed with Sahajanand as its first president. It later issued a Kisan Manifesto which demanded abolition of zamindari and occupancy right for all tenants. 19th peasant movements break Gandhian phase. Indigo Rebellion 1859-62 to 62. In order to increase their profits, the European planters persuaded the peasant to plant indigo instead of food crops. The farmers were discontent growing indigo because low prices were offered for growing indigo. Indigo was not lucrative. Indigo planting discouraged the fertility of the soil. The peasants suffered at the hands of the traders and the middlemen. Consequently, they launched a movement for non-cultivation of indigo in Bengal. They were supported by the press and the missionaries. Harish Chandra Mukherjee, a Bengali journalist, described the mm, plight of peasants of Bengal in his newspaper, The Hindu patriot Dinabandhu Mitra, Bengali writer or dramatist, in his play Nil Darpan depicted the treatment of the Indian peasantry by the indigo planters. It was first published in 1860. His play created a huge controversy which was later banned by the East India Company to control the agitation among the Indians. The government appointed an Indigo Commission and issued an order in November 1860 notified that it was illegal to force the right to cultivate indigo. This marked the victory for the peasant. Pabna movement in 1870s-80 is in larger parts of eastern Bengal. Landlords forcefully collected rents and land taxes, often enhanced for the poor peasants. The peasants were also prevented from acquiring occupying rights under Acts of 1859. In May 1873, an agrarian league was formed in the issue Yusuf Shahi Pargana of Pabna district, Patna, East Bengal. Rent strikes were organized, funds were raised, and the struggle spread throughout Patna and to other districts of East Bengal. The struggle was mainly legal resistance and a little violence. The discontent continued till 1885 when the government by the Bengal Tenancy Act of 1885 enhanced the occupancy right. The struggle was supported by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, R.C. Datta, and the Indian Association under Surendranath Banerjee. Deccan riots. 1875, the Deccan peasant uprising was directed mainly against the excesses of the Marwari and Gujarati moneylenders. The riots suffered heavy taxation under the riotery system. The land revenue was also raised by 50% in 1867. A social boycott in 1874. The riot organized a social boycott movement against the moneylenders. They refused to buy from the moneylenders shop and cultivated their fields. The birds, washermen, and sawmakers refused to serve them. This social boycott spread rapidly to the villages of Pune, Ahmednagar, Salapur, and Satra, and was transformed into agrarian riots with systematic attacks on the moneylenders' houses and shops. The government succeeded in repressing the movement as a conciliatory measures. The Deccan Agriculturist Relief Act was passed in 1879. 20th century peasant movement. Gandhian Satyagraha, Champaran Satyagraha, 1970. The peasantry on the indigo plantation in the Champaran district of Bihar was excessively oppressed by the European planters and compelled to grow indigo on at least 320 of their land and sell it at prices fixed by the planters. In 1970, Mahatma Gandhi reached Champaran and began to conduct a detailed inquiry into the condition of the peasantry. He defied the orders of district officials for leaving Champaran. In June 1970, the government appointed an inquiry committee with Gandhiji as one of the members. The enactment of the Champaran Agrarian Act 1918 freed the tenants from the special imposts levied by the indigo planters. Kheda Satyagraha 1980. It was chiefly directed against the government. In 1980, the corps failed in the Kheda district, Gujarat, but the government refused to remit land revenue and insisted on its full collection. Gandhiji, along with Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, supported the peasant and advised them to withhold payment of revenues till their demand for its remission was met. The satyagraha lasted till June 1980. In the government conducted the demand of peasants. Mohpal Rebellion 1921. The Mohpals were the Muslim tenants inhabiting in the Malabar region, where most of the landlords were Hindus. Their grievance centered around lack of security of tenure, high rents, renewal fees, and other oppressive inaction, ejection. The Mufal movement merged with the ongoing in Khilafat agitation. Mahatma Gandhi, Shaukat Ali, and Maulana Abul Kalam Azad addressed Bhopal meetings. Many Hindus were seen by the Bhopals to be helping the British authorities. The anti-government and anti-landlords movement acquired communal overtones, communal overtones. Communalization isolated the Mopal from the Khilafat and non-cooperation movement. The movement was called up by December 1921, Bardoloi Saitagara 1928. Enhancement of land revenue by 30% in the Bardoloi district of Gujarat by the British government led to the organization of a no revenue campaign by the Bardoloi peasant under the leadership of Vallabhbhai Patel. A woman in Bardoloi gave Vallabhbhai Patel the title of Sardar. Unsuccessful attempts of the British to suppress the movement by large-scale attachment of cattle and resulted in the appointment of an inquiry committee. The inquiry came to the conclusion that the increase had been unjustified and reduced the enhancement to 6.03%. Krishak Mukti Sangram Samiti (KMSS) is a peasant organization based in Assam formed by the RTI activist Akhil Gogoi in 2005. The organization works on a diverse range of issues from public distribution system (PDS), thefts, non-implementation of National Rural Employment Guarantee Act (NREGA), NREGA, land rights, government and corporate corruption, rights to information act (RTI), and construction of big dams in fragile seismic territories of Northeast India. The organization came to national limelight after it joined the agitation against corruption under the leadership of Gandhian activist Anna Hazare. However, KMSS broke with India against corruption campaign after some of the ISC members decided to form a political party. Explaining the reasons to resign from ISC, KMSS General Secretary Akhil Gogoi said that the support ISC had received was only for building up a strong and sustained mass movement against rampant corruption and not floating in an election and trade political party. Centered, not floating an election centered political party.